a ticket.
Well, you're getting close with the lottery, mate, with your score predictions 4-2, you know what I mean? That's it. Fucking Lustig for a double. And I would never have called Lustig for a double, but that was fucking excellent from Lustig, man. I tell you, when Lustig decides he's gonna have some, man, he just gets right in there. There's no hanging back from Lustig. He was like, I'm having a couple of goals today, man.
He's got the hip wiggle thing going on. He's like the mini Elvis.
And the other thing we're seeing now is I talked about it as well. We want to see Moos coming back, and lo and behold, Brendan must have been listening to our podcast. Said, right, boys, don't worry, I'm on the case, because who's back, who's playing, and who's scoring goals? The Moos is loose, man. The Moos is loose, and he puts in some excellent performances. And I mean, the goals, the Aberdeen game, that goal, that pass, I put it out on Twitter. That's my favourite goal of the season so far. The cross from KT, the burst of speed. The cross was phenomenal, man. It was like Gareth Bale-esque, you know what I mean? Just perfect. And then right in the end, the athleticism. I mean, that was just amazing the way he takes it off his his shin or his calf. Well, I don't know, fucking the calf. It wasn't the shin, but you know what I mean? Like the kind of side of his leg. It was a joy to watch, man. I've been watching that goal again and again since he scored that. It was fantastic. And then KT's first goal. Talk to me about KT's first goal, man.
Yeah, well, hey, I wanted to talk about that, but there's something more I wanted to talk about first.
We'll go back to Pedro again. We're all over the place today, man. I'm going from Pedro to Aberdeen to him.
We're all over the place. We're fucking it's like throwing shit at the wall, dude.
I'm too excited. There's too much going on, man. Oh, my Celtic brain's scrambled.
What's it, 61 in a row now that we've been unbeaten?
Yeah,
it's like in the candy store stuff, bro.
2 seasons undefeated. Back-to-back trebles.
Fucking Mardi Gras right now, like, woo-hoo, yeah,
so what were you going to say? So what were you going to say?
Brother, times two.
So what
okay, let's do it. Aberdeen game, start that first. KT's goal, man. Like just a rocket coming up the left fucking side. Keeper never had a chance. Bang it around, take a few posts, and put it right in the fucking upper 90, dude. It was beautiful. And we got, like I said, Shea Logan couldn't hold his jock. And Aberdeen's a really good club, man. They're not a bad club at all. They're better than the fucking Huns, and playing at Pittodrie too. I mean, that was a really. Celtic is going to get challenged by one or two teams in my estimation, Hibs or Aberdeen, and we've dismantled them both, dude.
We're getting challenged by nobody, man. Nobody's challenging us. I'm telling you, man. It's getting worse as well.
KT was my man of the match against Aberdeen. I know everybody had different kind of choices and stuff. It's hard not to get hyped about Celtic. And I know people listening to this right now are like, oh my God, like fucking their headphones are probably would be smoking and shit. Just like they're all over the place, man. But it's hard not to get hyped about Celtic, man. You love the fucking club. You love what they're doing. You love Brendan Rodgers. The man left the press conference. All of a sudden, we haven't fucking lost since. He's just fucking winning and winning. Well, except one fucking Euro match where it was a Lincoln. But who the fuck cares, dude? We're talking in the league, dude. Just rolling.
Yeah, that is. It's been a crazy few weeks for Celtic fans. Watching it from afar, anyway, I don't know what it's like going to the games, going to away games. I mean, obviously, the whole concept of our podcast is for guys who are abroad, overseas. We can't get to the games. So, from when I'm sitting in New Zealand and Yahmpy is over in New Jersey, it's what we're seeing is just fantastic. It doesn't get any better than this. I mean,
Celtic to me is what doing lines or something would have been like. It's like the football version of like Coke or something, man. It's just like after a match, you're just like, raw, like fucking just out of your skin and everything. Like, what the fuck?
Scarface, say hello to my little friend. That's
it, man. That's
it, man.
Absolutely it. Going on to the Hibs match. Couple different talking points. I saw two things. I was calling it myth versus reality, man. People perceiving one thing, and I went back and I watched the match, and I'm just like, I saw a complaint, 2 complaints about Celtic players. One was Craig Gordon, and the other was Boyata. And I said, let me go back and see if there was any fucking substance to what they're saying. So I went with the Gordon thing first, and they were killing him like, oh, he's inconsistent, he needs to sit on the bench, he's not distributing the ball properly and shit. I watched the whole fucking match. We had 1 or 2 bad fucking passes. I mean, like, seriously, like, goal kicks and shit. Like, give me a fucking break, dude. He's your number 1 keeper. Get over it. Deal with it. I said it last week, saying it this week. He's the fucking man. You don't want some 37-year-old guy. Trust me, I'm old as fuck too. And you get out there, your knees are hurting, you this or that. DeVries isn't the answer, dude. He's a breather.
Well, I think with Gordon DeVries, he is backup. He's somebody you call in for a game or in a tight squeeze. He's probably good backup, as he showed in his performance. Recently,
I think Gordon went down.
He is a good keeper, but you don't. What you want is somebody up and coming. You want someone, obviously, maybe a bit younger, who's been trained into the position. So that's what you're looking for at every position, probably certainly for that one anyway. Yeah.
But it seems like the moment that Craig Gordon started humping Summer Hall, all of a sudden, all bets went out the fucking window, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's a prick. Fuck him, man. That was my Celtic dream girl." So now all of a sudden, Craig Gordon's a prick. No, he's not a prick, man. He's just have a little slump. Don't do your little passive fucking wet dream and shit. Get in the way of the fact that he's your number one keeper. Give the guy a fucking break. He's still the Mac. The other one was Diedrich Boyata. And Boyata, the one dude on Twitter, I'm not saying who he is, but he's got a shit ton of followers. And the dude usually is pretty spot on, man. And he sat there and it was like, he started hammering Boyata a little bit and everything. And I said, let me go back and see if I'm seeing what he's seeing. First half of the match against Hibs, no, not at all. He played an excellent first half. You get to the second half, and all of a sudden, you see that turnover that resulted in the fucking penalty and shit. And then you see, and you know what? I said this. The boy who gave Boyata some stick definitely had some substance to his argument, man. And this is what I got. When Boyata's carrying the ball up around, like anywhere past, like around midfield, he starts to get a little fucking uncertain with the ball and everything. Yeah. And his distribution isn't that good. And that's where he really he's got that, what I call like that baby deer thing going on. Like wobbly looking around for somebody, unsure. When he's playing safe and making safe passes, Boyata's fantastic. When he's coming up on set pieces and shit, or like even corners occasionally and stuff, great there too. What you don't want Boyata doing is handling the ball around the middle of the pitch. The second goal, if you reverse it, Sinclair gets caught all the way up at the Hibs end of the pitch, and he's kind of chasing the counterattack after that. Everybody's like one step behind trying to step to the ball. Boyata puts himself out of position. Didn't exactly kill himself getting back either to help out. And the end result is you left Piton with two choices there to either take the runner or take the pass. I forget who the fuck it was. It was the Rangers boy. I can't remember his name. Whitaker, I think it was. And Piton just did neither. He kind of fucking stood there, and it was fair play to the dude from Hibs. It was a great pass, and there's the second goal. So as long as Boyata's playing smart and he's not getting himself out of position, he's a great asset in the central defense. When he starts carrying the ball past the first third of the pitch and he's getting towards the middle of the pitch, it's where it starts to get a little dodgy, and he's got to kind of work on that. I'm figuring he's going to be fine, man. He's a young kid and everything, and he'll be good. But definitely, that's when my red flags will start coming up, is ever seeing him getting up towards the middle with the ball. But it's the same, dude. We won. Fuck it, right?
Yeah, well, absolutely. And I think that's if you look at the way Celtic play under Brendan Rodgers, he does come forward quite a bit, and like it's this attacking football, and it is a style of football where if they score one, we'll score three, and you never get worried when Ronnie Dyler's teams were leaking goals. You would get worried. You would get worried they would fold. You would worry that they wouldn't come back into the game. We've seen this from Brendan, and we've seen it, last season. If we leak a goal, you're never really worried, because you know that there are goals in the team, and there are goals that will come from different positions. I mean, last season we were getting goals from Armstrong and Roberts. This season we're getting goals from various positions, and it's changing again. We're seeing Dembele come into the fold now. We've got KT. Encham's popped up with a handful as well. We're getting goals from midfield, McGregor. So Brendan Rodgers' style of football, I always say that the sign of a good team is when you're getting goals from different positions in the team, especially obviously your front three and your midfield, but we're getting goals from all, and that's a good sign. You don't want your goals coming from one or two players. You want it coming from you know what I mean, from as many folk as possible, certainly in the attack. So I'm never worried. I've yet to watch a game and get seriously concerned, other than obviously the big European games, and that's evident. When you look at Boyata, the way he played, he had quite a high he did quite well in terms of his passing and all that in the European games. But yes, I do take your point on Dembele. Like he does, when he comes forward into the midfield and stuff like that, he's not that type of player or defender. Do you know what I mean? He's strength, he's power. He is good at muscling people off the ball, and if he keeps his game simple, he's a really good defender. But I still believe we need to sign another defender. I mean, I don't know how long Simonovic is out now, but I think the club has said that he's going to be out for a wee while. So going into the Aberdeen game, and you finish up on the Hibs game. I mean, for me, Michael Lustig was a fantastic performance, and get Dembele, and we just finished them off, which is what we're doing. We're just finishing when we have to do it, in the Scottish games, whether it's a cup game or a league game. In Scotland, when we want to, we can just turn on that extra gear and we just finish teams off, and that's what we're going to keep seeing from Celtic. Really, but I wouldn't surprise me if we do go the rest of the season without losing any games. I wouldn't surprise me. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, and eventually we are going to lose. Eventually, you can't go forever, without fucking losing a game. But it wouldn't surprise me if this run of 61 goes on and on and on and on. It really wouldn't. But talk to me about Aberdeen. It's funny, I was thinking to myself, in terms of Aberdeen, we are, if you think about it, we came off a 3-0 defeat from Bayern, and then we go and play our nearest rivals, and we basically hammered them the way that Bayern hammered us. Am I right?
Right. It's just a dominating performance, man. I didn't think and you're right. Yeah, you figure coming off a little Euro, kind of, I wouldn't say beat down. Like Brendan Rodgers said, they played Bayern. If you're going to lose the way you want to play, and that's that was, like I said, with Neil Lennon's strategy with Hibs against us. Same thing with Brendan Rodgers against Bayern. You're not going to sit there bunker in and lose 7-0. You got to go out and play your game, and that's it. And going into that Aberdeen match, I figured it was going to be a lot closer than that. It just, again, you have guys tired. You're really pushing the envelope between Europe and then back in Scotland, and then Europe again and back in Scotland. But good teams rise to the occasion. That's why you also have deep benches, man. And you can substitute guys in and out. And it's like Brendan just went out there and that was a master orchestrated performance for Celtic. There's not really a lot more I can say about it. It was just, honestly,
that's some of the best football I've seen from Celtic in a long time. It really was, considering the amount of games we've played. They couldn't. It was incredible, and we've talked about the first couple of goals. That amazing, ridiculous shot from KT, the angle. The run from Dembele, the pass from Rogic. Rogic had a great game, man. He was pulling so many strings. Like I said, he is such a good player for us, man. He's got to play in the European games. He's got to start. When he's on his game, man, he is so good. He's so influential in that midfield, man. I can't praise Rogic highly enough. Dembele's obviously back in form. That run and then the pass to KT and the angle to finish, that's a world class goal. Kieran Tierney's goal against Aberdeen was absolutely world class, man. World class.
It's kind of like, you sit there and you watch him and you have those whoa moments, man. You're just like, whoa, like fucking look at that goal. Whoa, look at that goal.
That's what it was like. I was like, what the fuck? It was amazing. And then we've talked off his run, the cross into Dembele, and the whole game. You could just see it. They were just, and like we had that climb. That tackle on Dembele by that boy. I can't even remember his name, but he nearly went through the guy. And like you could see the way it was going for Aberdeen. I was worried it was going to descend into them just trying to butcher us, but they just couldn't get near us. That's why it started to get a bit physical from them, and then. We pop up with the header, the cross from the free kick from Armstrong over to Boyata, Talk me through that,
everybody.
man.
It was nice to see Armstrong doing a little better too. I felt like, it was once or twice there he was fucking invisible, like in the Bayern match and everything. But it's good and shows that he definitely still is an important part of the team, and they're just fucking hitting on all cylinders, man. Who we got next? Kilmarnock on Saturday. I mean, we're just going to fucking roll over those boys. Make no mistake about it.
It's quite funny. I was looking at who